direct, coming to you soon, as seen on TV. Limited time only. Hope, fear. These are magic words that make you feel something, pique your interest, make you turn your head when you hear them. Madam Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and respected guests, thank you for having me today. I'd like to share today a few magic words that'll make you think a little bit. But before we get to that, I want to ask you a few questions so we can kind of gauge who's in the room. And you can answer the questions just really simply by raising your hand. So how many of you here want to be happy? I hope everybody. Okay. How many of you want to make somebody else happy? Okay. They get a little bit tougher. I only have two more. How many of you have ever called or been on the other line when someone needed help or you asked for help? Anyone? Okay. Really honest. I like this. The last question. How many of you, because of those interactions, got a spark and realized that your voice can change something, and you decided to come to Toastmasters to become a better speaker? Anybody? Okay, half the room. I'm glad. Usually when I ask that question, one time somebody shouted out, my friends say I talk a lot. That's why I joined Toastmasters. So I'm glad I got a good response here. So today, again, like I mentioned, I want to share a very profound thought with you. Up until now, I've always heard that happiness is related to how good you can communicate. But today I'd like to share, and hopefully leave you with this idea, that happiness is related to how well you can connect. The difference between communication and connection. Now, today, of course, we've all gathered and we've heard a couple different stories, specifically about doom. And I think that's stuck in all of our heads, right? We all think about, unfortunately, what is all this about? What are we going to be thinking about on our deathbeds? And before we heard about doom, I think that one of the biggest things that we've all noticed is anytime someone's on their deathbed, they don't ask for, give me my iPhone, give me my watch, give me my materialistic so-and-so. We say, I want to see this person. I want to see that person. It's about connections. So a simple definition. Communication is about you. It's kind of selfish. It's about what you want to say and how you want to say it. Connection is about the other person and what they're hearing and what they're experiencing from you. So of course we all want to sway on the side of connection, I'm sure. So we all agree upon that. Now, I've been very fortunate. I've been a professional podcaster for about a year now, very humbly. And I've had the amazing opportunity to share, record, and interact with some amazing people. Every single week, I shoot one episode and interview. And throughout that time, I've realized that some weeks are great and some weeks are not so great. And of course, to all the people watching and everyone in the room, that's nothing to say on the part of the interviewee. It's actually based on my connection with that person. Now, the content has always been great, and very humbly, we've just hit 30,000 downloads in the iTunes store, which I'm very happy about. But it really shows that it's about the connection. If I can sit here and say that some weeks are better than the others, it's not just the numbers, it's about the connection. So today I'd like to share with you 6 words and phrases that I think will help you, now that we all agree, improve the connections in your life. So every single podcast episode I start with, I go like this. What's up, mobile DJ community? Welcome back to the Mobile DJ Tips Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Shree, and today I'm welcoming so-and-so. So magic word number 1 is people's names. People love hearing their names. That's how you can pique their interest. I continue. I usually ask, how did you get started? How? Magic word number 2, how? People love to talk about themselves. And honestly, it should interest you. When you're interested in somebody else, you will be interesting. It's funny how that works. So be interested. Ask how. Number 2. And then I say why. Why did you do that? Magic word number 3. We're just going right along with them. Very simple, clean, easy. Hopefully you can remember. Magic word number 4. Yes. I always agree. Bless you. I always agree with what they're saying. I listen to their perspective because, of course, everyone has a right to be right. So I agree. Magic word number 5. I say, me too. And that's a very controversial statement. Don't say it haphazardly. Always be honest. But the idea is this. To really find a connection with someone, you should find the commonality and the common ground. So saying me too is such a simple magic word that you can keep in your head to find that commonality and common ground with somebody else. So, and the last one is right before ending the episode, I say thank you for everyone joining us today and listening to our thoughts and our interaction today. So just to recap, 6 magic words that I'd like to leave you all with. If you learn nothing else from tonight. Number 1, names. Number 2, how. Number 3, why. Number 4, yes. Number 5, me too. And number 6, thank you. So those are 6 magic words that I think everyone can integrate in their lives. And as we started the conversation, everyone here wants to be happy. So again, I leave you with this thought, that in order to be happy, you must build connections. In order to build connections, use these 6 words that I just shared with you to create magic in your lives. And the last thought I'd like to leave you all with, and of course, my time card is showing, but I'd like to leave you with one last thought from my mentor, Swami Vivekananda. And he said this, it was very profound. He said, relationships are the most important thing in life. But even more important is the life in our relationship.